Some shocking news coming out from the Social Security Administration in the last 24 hours. So take a look at the latest headlines with me, and we're going to be looking at the actual text that came out from the Social Security Administration so you can see it for yourself. Social Security says that it will restart clawing back 100% of overpayments to beneficiaries, and yes, they are saying they will take back 100% of your monthly checks. Social Security announces a major clampdown to save $7 billion. And again, take a look at the dates. This coming out today. This announcement just came out yesterday. And here's the official Social Security statement. Social Security to reinstate overpayment recovery rates. And this is very alarming for a lot of people because we're hearing a lot of the ones that have been contacted about overpayments didn't even know that this was happening. In fact, the overpayments, they're saying, are actually typically the fault of the Social Security Administration. The Social Security Administration is mistakenly making overpayments to individuals, and after these overpayments are done, then coming and saying, oops, we overpaid you. Now we're going to be garnishing your checks. And now this announcement coming out from the Social Security Administration as of yesterday, March 7th, today we're seeing headlines, March 8th, they are saying they will also garnish checks up to 100%. Now, there was outrage over this. Just a couple of years ago, we had Kilolo Kijakazi. She was the commissioner of Social Security. Then we saw Martin O'Malley come in, and now we're hearing that this is being reinstated. Social Security becoming very aggressive with beneficiaries, which we're hearing is very unfortunate. And I'm wondering if this is sort of a clapback as a result of DOGE on Social Security. Let me know your thoughts as we're getting this news coming out here directly from the Social Security Administration in the last 24 hours that they could be clawing back 100% of beneficiaries' checks if they feel that there is some form of overpayment. Now, I'm going to give you all the details. We're going to dive into the articles. These are cited in the description. I cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it so that way you can see the latest and know what is going on. And I know that this is not the news that anybody wants to hear. However, if you appreciate getting the breaking news and knowing exactly what's taking place so that way you're prepared and you're not caught off guard and you know what's going on, please take a second, hit that like button, and share this out across social media platforms. Those simple gestures help spread this out so more people can get the latest information. Like I said, just takes a second, hit that like button, and also subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? Now, like I said, let me know your thoughts. Is this the Social Security Administration getting a little bit of aggressive because they're upset of what's going on with DOGE? Let me know your thoughts. We're also getting information. Take a look at this. Social Security Administration offices, DOGE, Elon Musk is closing around the nation. I'm going to also share with you the list of closures that are taking place. There's actually, in fact, I have tracked down a map. There is a map that shows all the states with the most Social Security office closures taking place after DOGE cuts. We're hearing this is being implemented right now. You can see the date on this article coming out 3 days ago. Now, this comes as we are receiving warnings from Democrats and the Social Security Administration that a disruptive effect, how slashing staff at the Social Security Administration is sparking fears of a system collapse for SSA. And you can see the date on this just coming out today as well. Yet at the same time, we have Elon Musk saying he is becoming increasingly optimistic, overwhelmingly optimistic that the amount of fraud that is about to be divulged and uncovered by DOGE in the Social Security Administration will result in a more efficient SSA and potentially increased checks to beneficiaries as a result of the clawbacks that could take place. And as we speak right now, we are hearing that the budget bill is being drafted up and Trump is proposing to eliminate taxes on Social Security. So let me know your thoughts on this. I'm going to give you the latest information coming out in the past 24 hours as SSA is saying that they could claw back up to 100% of checks if they deem that you have been overpaid, even if you were unaware of it. Now, do you think that this is Social Security getting aggressive because of DOGE? Why have they suddenly decided to implement this and so aggressively? Are you glad that DOGE is doing this, that DOGE is going into the Social Security Administration, as they said, slashing and disrupting? And DOGE has said that they are not going to claw back your checks. But now we have SSA saying that they're going to do that. Are you glad that Donald Trump is doing this? In the end, this is going to work out for the good of SSA. If so, put a 47 if you support Donald Trump Elon Musk. You believe that they are working on behalf of all of those collecting SSI, SSDI, retirement, and this is going to work out for the good. And Elon Musk is saying, I believe that we're actually potentially going to have a payment increase here, and we're trying to get rid of taxes on Social Security. Or if you think, no, this is bad, we should keep it the way it was, stick with the way the Biden administration was doing things, put a 46, let me know your thoughts. But we're hearing that SSA, they could be clapping back right now, and this might be a form of aggression that they're taking out on beneficiaries. Do you think that's what's going on right now? If so, put a yes. If no, put a no. But I just think it's very unfortunate, and this is just my opinion, that this is happening. If the Social Security Administration is making overpayments to beneficiaries, not at the fault of beneficiaries, but at the fault of mismanagement and error, as we're seeing there is literally being divulged here by DOGE, individuals that they are claiming are 360 years old, 100 years older than the United States of America, there is massive mismanagement that is taking place. And I think it is a shame to take it out on beneficiaries who depend on these checks. Maggie says, this is horrible. Will they ever be still ones? Not really sure what you're asking there, Maggie, but thank you for the $2 super chat, and I agree with you. I think this is very unfortunate that this is taking place. I hope DOGE gets down to the bottom of the mismanagement, and Elon Musk is even claiming that there's fraud, corruption, the likes of which we have never seen before. Let me know. I'm seeing yeses pouring in that they do think that this could be Social Security kind of taking out their aggression on beneficiaries. And that thought I've actually heard vocalized by several people, that as DOGE is aggressively making these cuts and auditing, that DOGE might actually, potentially say, hey, checks aren't going to go out. We might delay it, just to make DOGE look bad, like DOGE did it, when actually it's the Social Security Administration kind of messing things up to point the finger at DOGE. Do you think that's what's going on here? If so, put yes. If no, put no. Let me know your thoughts. And like I said, I know that this is not necessarily the news that anybody wants to hear, but I will keep you up to speed on all of it, regardless of what unfolds here on the channel. I will cite the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it so you can see it for yourself and know exactly what is taking place. And again, if you appreciate that, take a second, hit that like button, subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. And let's go ahead and get right to it. Oh, and also, as news comes out on Social Security, potential increased checks, and what's going to be happening here, because it's just starting. As I mentioned to you, things are ramping up with Social Security. We're going to see a lot of changes. Be sure to join the newsletter at www.steveramnews.com. Again, that's www. I'll put it in the comments for you. steveramnews.com. There's going to be more exclusive content coming out directly from the newsletter, so be sure to join us there as well. So I'm going to pin that for you guys so that way people can sign up and join, but let's go ahead and cover the latest so you can see it for yourself. So let's take a look at this article that came out from CBS News. You can see this has come out today, March 8th, 2025, and it says Social Security says that it will restart clawing back 100% of overpayments to beneficiaries. And again, the scary part about this is a lot of the reports coming out saying that people who are experiencing these clawbacks didn't even know that they were being overpaid until they received a letter in the mail, and sometimes it said you owe thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and now they're saying we're going to take 100% of your monthly check until that overpayment is paid back. Now, the article says the Social Security Administration said that it is reinstating a plan to recover 100% of overpayments to beneficiaries, a policy the agency abandoned last year after an outcry over cases in which the practice led some Americans to receive shock bills amounting to thousands of dollars. In a statement, SSA said late yesterday, that it will increase the default overpayment withholding rate for Social Security recipients to 100% of a person's monthly benefit, the same level that it had in place before last year's reform. The agency is required by law to claw back overpayment benefits. Because of public backlash over 100% recovery policies, the agency last year had capped the withholding rate for someone who had been overpaid at 10% of the person's monthly benefits. On Friday, the SSA said that it will start claiming 100% of benefit checks to cover new cases of overpayments, while the withholding rate for people with overpayments before March 27th will remain 10%, as will the rate of overpayments for SSI, a program for low-income seniors and disabled Americans. So if you are also wondering, when is this going to take effect? It is going to take effect March 27th. So we've got 3 weeks, and they are saying that this will be implemented where if they deemed that you are overpaying, even if you don't realize it, they will start taking checks, and they will take up to 100% of your monthly check. People who are overpaid after March 27th will automatically be placed in full recovery at a rate of 100% of Social Security payments, the agency has said. The 100% clawback policy had sparked an outcry after instances in which beneficiaries were hit with surprise bills that demanded repayment within 30 days. In some cases, the bills were of tens of thousands of dollars, and we heard a lot of horror stories. I shared them with you as they had come out. So listen, if you are in a situation where you know that you are being overpaid, or if you get hit with one of these letters, just know that this is going to take effect, and it will go up to 100% of your paycheck. If beneficiaries were unable to immediately pay the bill, the agency could dock their entire monthly Social Security payment, leaving some people financially destitute, as reported by 60 Minutes and other media outlets. In many cases, the overpayments were the fault of the SSA. A 2022 report by the agency's Inspector General found that 73,000 overpayments that year were due to a lack of effective controls over benefit computation accuracy. And to me, this is the most concerning and alarming part. This is just... It just is infuriating. The fact that this is not even the fault of the beneficiaries. This is the fault of the Social Security Administration, and then they are clawing back checks. If it is the administration's fault, I feel like the administration should eat that cost, stop the overpayment. I don't know. Let's just say that they're overpaying somebody by $100. Let them know, hey, we've been overpaying you by $100. It should have been this amount. From here on out, we're only paying you the correct amount. But do not try to claw back from people that are already living on these very, very, minimal checks that don't even keep up with inflation. Don't try to claw it back and claim back your mistake. I think that is wrong. It's terrible that those that are retired, that are depending on this, even disabled, are going to experience this. This is just wrong. Let me know if you agree in the comments. If you agree, put yes. If you disagree, put no. But this is, very disappointing, in my opinion, that this is taking place. And I feel like with everything that's going on right now, it almost feels like it's a backlash. It's a clapback, because SSA feels like they're under the pressure from DOGE. And now they're doing this also to beneficiaries, maybe to try to make DOGE look bad. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But personally, I think this is outrageous. In the agency's new statement, SSA Acting Commissioner Lee Dudek said that it's the agency's duty to revive the overpayment repayment policy back to full withholdings. He added, "We have the significant responsibility to be good stewards of the trust funds for the American people," which I 100% agree. We need to be good stewards of the funds. However, I don't feel like we should make the beneficiaries suffer at the cost of the mismanagement of the SSA. Raising the clawback rates to 100% from its current 10% will increase the amount recovered, and it will be $7 billion over the next decade, the agency has said. SSA pay out about $1.6 trillion in benefits each year. The revised policy will lead to financial hardship for many people faced with Social Security overpayments, according to the National Committee to Protect Social Security and Medicare. This action, ostensibly taken to cut costs at SSA, needlessly punishes beneficiaries who receive overpayment notices, usually through no fault of their own, a spokesperson said from the advocacy group in a statement. Many overpayments are the results of errors on the SSA's part, and this just goes to show the mismanagement of the SSA. I got to say, I am glad that Elon Musk and DOGE are getting in there, taking care of business, and I hope that they will reverse this and not try to claw back overpayments made at the fault of the SSA that will punish seniors, the disabled, those collecting SSI, who need this financial help. They need this, and a lot of it too for retirees. They paid into this their entire lives. This is not an entitlement program. This is an earned income that they paid into, and now when it needs to be there for them, they should get it. They should be able to rely on it and not have clawbacks taken place because of mismanagement occurring due to the SSA. Now, here's another article that has come out on it, and you can see this one from Newsweek saying that the Social Security Administration yesterday announced major clampdowns to save $7 billion. And here is the official release so you can see it for yourself. And as you guys know, this is going to be linked in the description. I cite all the sources directly from the SSA. Social Security to reinstate overpayment recovery rates. Coming out yesterday, March 7th, 2025, the Social Security Administration announced that it will increase the default payment overpayment withholding rate for Social Security beneficiaries to 100% of a person's monthly benefit. There you can see it right there. The Office of the Chief Actuary estimates that this will change results in an increase of overpayment recoveries to about $7 billion over the course of the next decade. We have a significant responsibility to be good stewards of the trust funds for the American people, said Lee Dudek. It is our duty to revise the overpayment repayment policy back to full withholdings as it was during the Obama administration and first Trump administration to properly safeguard taxpayer funds. I feel like why not just have it managed correctly and not punish beneficiaries? The agency strives to pay the right person the right amount at the right time and issues correct payments to most beneficiaries. When an overpayment does occur, the agency is required by law to seek repayment. As of March 27th, so that is the effective date, the agency will begin mailing notices about the new 100% withholding rates rather than the recent adjustment of the just 10%. The withholding rate change applies to new overpayment related to Social Security benefits. The withholding rate for current beneficiaries with an overpayment before March 27th will not change and no action is required. The withholding rate for Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, overpayment remains 10%. So that's an update we did not see that was in the previous article that says that. So going forward, there will be 100%. Now, in the past, or if you're on SSI, it'll only be 10%. Still, so at least it's only 10% for those that were prior to March 27th. People who are overpaid after March 27th will automatically be placed in full recovery at a rate of 100% of Social Security payments. If someone cannot afford full recovery of the overpayment, they can call or contact the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213 or their local office to request a lower rate of recovery. So there is the number if you guys need it, if you can even get through. But there it is, 1-800-772-1213. Additionally, people have the right to appeal the overpayment decision or the amount. They can ask Social Security to waive collection of the overpayment if they believe that it was not their fault and can't afford to pay it back. The agency does not pursue recoveries while an initial appeal or waiver is pending. For more information on overpayments, appeals, and rights, go to www.ssa.gov, which is where this blog is directly from. You can see here on the top of the page, this is the official website from the Social Security Administration, their blog on Social Security matters. So as you guys know here on the channel, I cite all the sources, so this is linked, hyperlinked for you in the description. Now, so as those come out, if you receive one of these letters, please call that number, contact the SSA, see if you can file an appeal, especially as they're saying a lot of this is directly the fault of the Social Security Administration. I think it's a shame that this is taking place. Now, at the same time, as I mentioned, local offices are closing as DOGE is deeming that a lot that's going on in the Social Security Administration is mismanagement, as we saw from these articles. Now, take a look at this. Social Security Administration offices that are closing. So we have got a list here of closures that are taking place. I'm just going to share this with you very quickly as well, so that way you guys know exactly what is going on here. In fact, let's take a look at this one from Newsweek that gives a map. And again, this is hyperlinked in the description. And if you guys appreciate the updates, don't forget to take a second, hit the like button, even though I know this is not the content that people like. If you appreciate, though, being aware of what's going on and me updating you, take a second, helps out the channel a ton. Now, it says the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, led by Elon Musk, has implemented significant budget cuts, resulting in the closure of multiple Social Security Administration offices across the United States. These closures have raised concern about the accessibility of services for millions of Social Security beneficiaries who rely on timely benefits and in-person assistance. Now, the recent closures of SSA offices due to DOGE's budget cuts may leave many beneficiaries, particularly the elderly and the disabled, with limited access to essential services, so they are closing offices around the nation. This reduction in service points could lead to increased wait times and challenges in obtaining necessary support. Notably, Georgia has been significantly affected, with 5 SSA offices permanently closed, the highest number of any state so far. So here's what to know. DOGE's initiative aims to reduce federal spending by eliminating underutilized assets, including SSA offices. These measures are part of a broader effort to balance the budget by cutting unnecessary expenditures. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the map here. This is the latest announcement from the SSA office closure listed on DOGE's website, currently totaling 47 offices nationwide, with closures and plans for closures across the Southeast, the Midwest, the Northeast, the West Coast as well. However, the southeastern United States remain the most heavily affected region, with nearly half of all of the closures occurring in the states of Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, Mississippi, and Arkansas as well. Now, here you can see the map. Georgia has had 5 offices close, Alabama 4, Mississippi 3, Arkansas 4, Texas 3, North Carolina 4, New York 3, and you can see there are 2 in Wisconsin, Ohio, Kentucky, and Montana, and some of these other ones as well. Nevada, 1, California, Colorado, Wyoming, North Dakota, all of these with 1 as well. Now, let's go ahead and just get to the list here so that way I can share with you the closures. So according to the DOGE website, here is a list of the states that have the most office closures. Georgia has Brunswick, Columbus, Gainesville, Thomasville, and Vidalia that have closed. Alabama has Anniston, Coleman, Gadsden, and Jasper that have closed. Arkansas has Batesville, Forest City, Jonesboro, and Texarkana that have closed. North Carolina has 4, Elizabeth City, Franklin, Greensville, and Roanoke Rapids. Texas has 3, Abilene, Nacogdoches, and Victoria. New York has Horsehead, Poughkeepsie, and Whites Plain. Mississippi has Grenada, Greenwood, and Meridian. Critics argue that the recent Social Security office closures and other cost reduction initiatives driven by DOGE could severely hinder beneficiaries' access to essential services. Let me know, are you concerned about these closures? Do you think that this is going to hinder services for Social Security, or do you think no? Now, keep in mind that the closure of these offices have equated to 7,000 jobs in Social Security being eliminated, yet we had 57,000 that are currently employed. So that is dropping down to 50,000. So that is a little bit over 10%. Maybe what is that, like 15% of the administration being cut? Do you think that this should equate to significant losses, significant impacts on services? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you concerned about it or not really? Freedom, thank you for the $5 super chat. All of us on Social Security should not have to pay an overpayment on our monthly deposits. Whoever screwed that up should be fired. Freedom, totally agree. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I will continue to keep you up to date on this. So these are the office closures that are taking place. Right now we are hearing that DOGE is trying to clean things up, claiming that they are going to get things better on track and even could increase checks, while the Social Security Administration is closing offices and dishing out warnings, and they are also clawing back 100% of checks if they deem that you have been overpaid. See, and here is CNN. It says a disruptive effect, how slashing staff at the Social Security Administration is sparking fear of system collapses. Do you think that SSA could collapse? If you think so, put a 2. If you think no, not really, and this might be like scare tactics and trying to make DOGE look bad, put a 1. So if you think that Social Security is going to collapse as a result of DOGE, put a 2. If you think Social Security should just be fine and that this might actually be retaliation for what DOGE is doing, put a 1. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like button to help spread this out further on the latest information. And as I mentioned, you can see all of this coming out in the last 24 hours. This coming out today, March 8th, 2025. Now, this article says millions of Americans could soon feel the impacts of deep staffing cuts being planned at the Social Security Administration, which is undergoing a massive reorganization that the acting commissioner has acknowledged is being steered by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. So there you have it. They are issuing out these warnings saying that there could be massive impacts as a result of cuts, and they are blaming right there in the first paragraph Elon Musk and DOGE. So it kind of makes me feel like they are pointing the finger at DOGE while letting things just kind of crumble rather than making an effort to make this sustained for beneficiaries. The loss of experienced employees who manage Social Security's fragile and interdependent web of computer systems will likely leave the agency vulnerable to technical outages and potentially interrupt the benefit payments that are sent to more than 73 million retirees. People with disabilities and others. Martin O'Malley, who serves as commissioner under the Biden administration, told CNN. So this is Martin O'Malley, the previous commissioner, blaming this all on DOGE, saying that it is going to fall apart. Vicky Griffin, thank you for the $5 super chat, says, thanks, Steve. I found you on Joseph Z's podcast and very grateful. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And yes, Joseph Z and I have collaborated a couple times. He is awesome. So glad that you found me there. He is a great guy. I appreciate that connection. Reading on, it says, the former Maryland governor predicted a meltdown could occur within 90 days, though other employees and experts were unsure of the timing, even as they agreed the risk exists. Everything that they're doing is driving this agency to system collapse. Martin O'Malley for the Social Security warned. It will lead to interruptions in services, and that will ultimately cascade into more frequent system interruptions for the processing of claims, ultimately leading to system collapse and eventually the interruption of benefits. Martin O'Malley is claiming that DOGE could destroy the possibility of checks arriving in a timely manner. And so these are the warnings that we are getting from Democrats, from the Social Security Administration, yet DOGE is claiming that they are on the verge of unveiling some of the biggest fraud and corruption we have ever seen. Without a doubt, we already know mismanagement, as they're saying there are 400 million accounts in Social Security, more than actual people that are alive and living in the United States of America. So absolutely incredible. So on the flip side of the coin, we are hearing that DOGE is coming out and saying, and you can see this came out about 2 weeks ago. I've been reporting this to you since it came out on February 24th. Elon Musk issues an update on Social Security, says he is increasingly optimistic. And what is it he's optimistic of? Elon Musk has said that Social Security benefits could increase as the Department of Government Efficiency continues to investigate into the SSA. So DOGE, Elon Musk is saying, we could actually increase your benefits with the corruption, the mismanagement that we're finding. We're going to claw back and we're going to give it to the beneficiaries. So the opposite of what Social Security is saying. Social Security is saying we're going to claw back from the beneficiaries and give back to the SSA. DOGE is saying we're going to claw back from the SSA and give to the beneficiaries. So, man, just the complete opposite. It's wild how these two are just on totally different pages here. The Social Security benefits are paid monthly, forming the bedrock of income for some 70 million recipients. DOGE, spearheaded by Elon Musk, has promised to pursue trillions of dollars in cuts across many programs and departments of the federal government, with a specific focus on uncovering fraud and wasteful spending, including the Social Security. Now, what to know? Writing on X, formerly Twitter, Musk said, we are increasingly optimistic that as the immense waste and fraud are eliminated from Social Security and medical, that there is potential to increase the actual dollars that are going to be received by citizens and better health care. So there you have it. So Elon Musk is saying, claw back from Social Security and give it to the beneficiaries. And if you like the sound of that, put yes in the comments. Now, SSA is saying claw back overpayments from beneficiaries and give it back to the SSA. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, at the same time, as we speak, the budget bill. As you know, the reconciliation process has been approved. It has gone through the House and the Senate. Now, with the reconciliation process being approved by Republicans in Congress, we are now hearing they are writing up the line items, and we are going to see what's included in that. And a lot of people are hoping right now for DOGE dividends. That is one of the things that has been brought up and has gotten support from Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and now Congress as well. And also, they are saying Donald Trump's priorities, and he has vocalized Social Security. Did you see him mention it in the State of the Union address? He mentioned it just a couple days ago when he did that address. He said Social Security, getting rid of taxes on Social Security. They want to include that in the bill they are working on right now. So let's take a look at this right here real quick. Trump proposes eliminating Social Security taxes. Here's the bill that could make it happen. Now it says key takeaways right now: eliminating taxes on Social Security benefits aids retirees, but it may hurt the economy long term. Retirees who exceed income thresholds could pay federal income tax on up to 85% of their Social Security benefits. Freedom, thank you for the $10 super chat, says, I'm on Social Security like millions. No one should be stuck with a screw up of what they've done. None of us that are on Social Security can afford to pay any of that overpayment. Freedom, I totally agree 100%. Thank you for that $10 super chat. Like I said, I will keep you up to date. I hope that they do not do this to people when it is the mistake of the SSA. Reading on, it says, President Donald Trump has stated his support for eliminating taxes on Social Security income. Republican Representative Thomas Massie has introduced a Senior Citizens Tax Elimination Act to end taxation on Social Security benefits. Elimination income tax on Social Security benefits could increase the federal deficit by up to $1.5 trillion. So what they are proposing doing right now, and they're trying to draft this up in the bill right now as we speak, is they are trying to say, hey, right now we've got taxation on Social Security. You pay from your income, you pay taxes into Social Security, but then when you draw from Social Security, you got to pay again to help fund the trust fund so it lasts longer. And they're saying, why are we double taxing recipients? This is double taxation. This is not right. People have already paid into the fund with their income. Now you're claiming it's income again when they receive it. This is double taxation. It needs to stop. And yes, it will provide funds to help the solvency of Social Security last longer, but you're causing double taxation. And I've taken a look at the CBO and the numbers here on the channel with you and broken down how much of the funds, the trust fund, is actually provided from the double taxation. And it is a minuscule, minor amount, and it will extend the solvency by just a little bit. I think that there needs to be a major change to the Social Security structure, and double taxing beneficiaries, punishing those that are now receiving the benefits, taxing them again, I think is not right. I think it's double taxation, and I think they need to find another way. And I think we need to eliminate the double tax on Social Security. Just my personal opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you agree or disagree? Now, as you guys know, they implemented the first one back in the 80s. If I remember correctly, 1982. I can't remember off the top of my head the exact time frame, but I do remember they put that into place, 50% of the benefits, and then I believe it was 1994 with Bill Clinton when they did the 85%. So up to 85% of your Social Security could be considered taxable as a result of these tax brackets that are put in place. Keep in mind the fact that while your benefits increase, as we see those cost of living adjustments, we see those increase, the brackets have not increased. And what once was taxation on a very minor amount of the population receiving Social Security has now gone up to, we're close to 50%, 40%, if I remember correctly. The vast majority of people now, we got about half, are getting hit with taxes again, double taxation. I say we do away with it. I'm totally on board with Donald Trump. And if we're not going to do away with it, as we increase the cost of living adjustment, we should also increase the threshold for the tax brackets, not keep them exactly the same. So that way, as people get more money, they're suddenly getting pushed into taxation. Just my thought, though. And I think it's unfortunate the way that things are being managed. I without a doubt feel like this is major mismanagement, and I am glad to see Elon Musk and DOGE coming in, shining a light on this mismanagement and saying, hey, let's do some restructuring. There might be a little bit of pain right now, and we might see Social Security clap back, which I think is exactly what is going on. But hopefully in the end, this is going to cause for some major changes that are going in the end to help the people that rely on these benefits. Let me know if you agree in the comments. I know there's a lot of people that are opposed to DOGE and Elon Musk and what's going on, but I feel like the mismanagement and things like this, clawbacks of 100% of potential beneficiary checks, I just don't think it's right. I might be wrong though. Let me know, and you might disagree. Totally fine. You let me know if you agree or disagree. But I will continue to keep you guys up to date here on the channel and let you know everything that's going on, because make no mistake, this is just the beginning. We're going to see a lot happening with Social Security as they're proposing eliminating the double taxation. We're hearing that there is a solvency issue that we need to address in the next couple of years. The cost of living adjustment is currently on CPIW, which they want to adjust to CPIE. And we're also hearing Elon Musk saying he's growingly optimistic that potentially there could be an increase to beneficiary checks as a result of all of the mismanagement that they are finding. Yet we also have Social Security announcing there could be a major collapse and offices are closing. So there's a lot going on with Social Security. And like I said, as more comes out, I will keep you guys up to date here on the channel. So thank you so much for joining me. Hit that like button if you appreciate it. Share this out so other people can get the information. All the articles are cited, linked in the description. I hyperlink everything so that way I can hold myself to the highest level of accountability to my community. Also, join the newsletter at www.steveramnews.com to get the latest. And like I said, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. It's totally free. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I will keep you up to date. Hopefully we'll have better news, but regardless, I'll keep you up to speed. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.